You do the Holy Mac, and it's just awesome for me to be a part of it. And then Harry's like, and Raycroft was way out of position there and dove across the net. I'm like, Harry has to get me.
Those guys have to tell the truth. I can lie. They have to tell the truth because it's right there. And they're gonna.
I was dying laughing. It went 10 seconds
You wouldn't have made a spectacular save if you were in position.
Clearing the crease. Oh. Clearing the crease. Hey, hey,
Welcome to the Clearing the Crease podcast, powered by Ozoon. Well played, alongside Andrew Raycroft, Razor, Commie, Mike Commodore. I'm James Cybulski, and today we've got the soundtrack for a generation, multiple generations of Leaf fans. Joe Bowen, the soundtrack for a lot of people's lives. Thanks for doing this. Nice to see you. Congratulations.
Thank you. I fooled them for 44 years.
Good job.
The last real job I had was 5,000 feet underground at Inco in Sudbury, hard rock mining, and I decided that probably wasn't a real good spot to be, but so it's been a good run and enjoyed it.
You know, as you kind of put a bow on this past season, were you surprised at the flowers you got? I mean, you're self-aware. I mean, you're modest, but at the same time, like, it was crazy to see the reaction.
If I'd have known I was going to get all of this adulation, I would have retired more often. I should have done the Brett Favre thing, right?
Absolutely.
No, I'm coming back.
You can still come back.
No, I am I'm done. I know I have. It's been completely overwhelming for not only myself but my family. My four lads, and two of them work directly with the Maple Leafs, and my youngest son, David, does play-by-play in Sudbury with the Wolves, and fingers crossed that he might get a good look at sliding into the chair beside Jimmy Ralph next year. But and once it got out and everything, and just going to a grocery store just on the street, and someone that you have no idea who they are comes up and says, you know what, you were in the car with me. We drove to tournaments and hockey practices, and you were there when you and Ralphie, and we had so much fun listening to you guys. It was just overwhelming. And the Maple Leafs obviously did just an outstanding job of back in December when they had Holy Mackinac night, and then the last home game was very emotional. Very emotional, and it was something that we all got caught up in. It was nice to have all my family.
And you got the tribute from the other Ontario team, too.
Yeah, right. and they played the goals that I called for them. Come on! What a backhanded slap that was! Holy
Thanks,
smokes.
Joe.
It was very, very nice of them. But they did get. You had to get the little part of it, and that's to be expected. That's to be expected.
Joe, over 3,000 games, 44 years with the Leafs. Did you always know you wanted to broadcast? I know you were in the mine or whatever you wanted to get out of there.
I was going to play goal.
Okay, that was the first plan?
Here.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And then in high school, I was in grade 10 playing on the senior high school team. When we had grade 13 then, so I'm with guys that are 3 years older than me.
I see you too. I'm with you.
Well, you made it, did you?
Not yet.
Not yet. No, you got to go back next year.
I got a 59 on my transfer, so it wasn't that good.
Anyway, we had a bad day. We had two guys playing defense that were football players that couldn't turn if they wanted to, and the writer in the Sudbury Star wrote it up and said Brian Dickey broke his glasses, and Ralph somebody lost a contact lens, but in the end it was rookie goaltender Joe Bowen who had trouble seeing. I kind of thought, maybe if the Leafs read this, I'm probably not going to go anywhere, right? And my dad had passed away when I was 14, and so I'm in this kind of all by myself, and I kind of figured, well, if this guy thinks I'm really crappy, well, then maybe I better start thinking about doing something else. And I always enjoyed, out in the backyard, playing and doing play-by-play. Everybody did play-by-play when you were playing ball hockey.
Yeah, of course.
Right? Everybody was
for sure.
Foster Hewitt or Danny Gallivan or whatever, and I was no different. And I went to university and got involved with the student radio station at the University of Windsor. And
who was your guy? Like, who was the voice that? Who was?
Oh,
who
well,
was the
it
one
would
that-
have been Foster and
Was it
Bill.
Foster and Bill? Yeah.
I hated Danny Gallivan with a passion because he did that team's games. And then I met him, and you couldn't have met
A nicer
a
guy.
nicer guy. And I've always said, Danny Gallivan is here. The rest of us are swimming around here in a cesspool of whatever, and no one is ever going to reach the pinnacle what he is. He was just the nicest man, and I got to know him when I was down in Halifax doing the Voyageur games, and then when I got to the NHL, he was the first person that came up to me and said, "Joe, how good?" I said, "You remember me? I interviewed you for 10 minutes in Halifax." "Oh, no, I've been following you." I said, just an amazing experience to have someone.
What an experience for that!
Oh.
What a moment! Like to get that sort of
Are you kidding?
the rub like that.
Oh,
yeah,
no. I grew about 5 inches right then. This guy knows me. I'm no good, but
It's like
he
he knows
knows
who
me.
I am, yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
How long were you in Halifax? And how was that? It must have been some bus trips.
3 years.
3 years.
And 3 of them with John Brophy.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, boy.
Have you got time for a Brophy story?
Yeah,
Yeah, we got time for whatever. Yeah.
His name's come up a few times.
All right.
recently, yeah.
Well, anyway, we are going to Freddie Beach, Fredericton, and they're the Quebec Nordiques farm
Yeah.
team. And they have got injuries up at Quebec. Their roster in Fredericton is right down
Depleted.
to the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Danny Grant is the team president. He's 50 some odd years of age. They don't have enough players. He signs a one-day contract, dresses, sits on the end of the bench so that they can play the game.
Yeah.
So here's 2 quick points. We'll slide into Freddie Beach, back home. It's back down and back. And with about 3-4 minutes left in the third period, we trail 6-2. And Brof goes down the bench, taps Dwight Schofield, a.k.a. Skonan the Barbarian.
Oh, boy.
And Scoey misinterpreted the tap. He thought he wanted him to go out, score 4 goals, tie the game.
Okay.
That didn't happen.
No. Yeah.
And we lose. We get on the bus, and it's snowing like a... And we get 20 miles outside, and Brof is sitting in the front with a broken stick, and it's like a pendulum. Boom, 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 boom. Dead-ass silence on the bus. We get 20 miles out. Stop the bus!
Oh, boy.
Pull it over! Schofield! Get up here! Bring your coat!
Bring
All
your
right,
coat.
let's go! We left him on the side of the road.
Oh, we left him outside.
Left him. We went off to Halifax. He's got 20 miles this way with his thumb, or about 150 miles that way with his thumb.
I thought he was going to have to do like push-ups or
No,
something.
no.
Just left him.
No. Just,
winter.
Now, having said that, can you imagine having that happen now? Right?
Oh,
it'd just
no,
be,
you'd be in jail.
But Scoey never misinterpreted the tap again, and he played about 500 games in the National Hockey League and made it. It was a coaching moment.
Yeah, for sure. A teaching moment. Yeah.
Yeah, little tough love.
Yeah. You got the
Dog never
message.
threw you off a bus?
No.
No,
He
they
didn't.
wanted to.
Yeah.
They wanted to, but by then it was that was not. Yeah, that was. Yeah.
The horse is out of the
No,
barn.
the horse out of the barn.
Maybe you
now.
should.
Well, you can only do it once, and I was like, oh no. Brof was. I always said if World War III happened, I'm climbing in the foxhole with Brof.
Yeah.
Because we'd be the last 2 standing, and I wouldn't have to do a damn thing.
Yeah.
That man was, but he was like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Just the nicest guy.
Till he
if
isn't.
you got out of the rink with
Yeah.
him, but
Yeah. In the rink, completely
either
different.
in uniform, and
Yeah.
if you listen to him and Don Perry tell stories about one another, it was hysterical.
Yeah.
But he would never tell stories about himself. And when they wanted to do Slapshot, they talked to him.
Yeah.
And Bro said, no, I don't.
No interest.
Not getting no
Yeah.
interest, none whatsoever.
There were a few people
Interesting.
that kind of had that. Mark Crawford, in his prime years as a coach,
Oh, yeah.
like there was Summer Crow, Winter Crow, like exactly that 2 personalities where off season, hey, Seaball, great to see you. How are you? Mid-October, like don't even
Wendell
look at
Clark
me.
is
Sure.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yeah. We just had him in here. He was nice.
You can't
Really
find
nice.
a nicer guy.
Yeah, no question.
God forbid that
Yeah.
you're on the ice and you do something.
Well, yeah.
Because there was never any discussion with Wendell.
No.
You didn't. He never. You didn't get. Do you want to go? You got. Do you? And you were in it.
Yeah.
Right? There was
Yeah.
no discussion. There was never anything. But most of those guys
Yeah.
They are totally different in uniform and outside
From out,
uniform.
yeah.
And Brof was exactly
Same
the
way.
Remember your first game? As a Leaf broadcaster?
Yes, yeah,
When, where?
vividly. October 6, 1982, Chicago Stadium.
Ooh.
The Zoo.
And ironically, a young goaltending hopeful in the Chicago Blackhawk chain was a healthy scratch that day and was up in the organ loft, and his name was Jim Ralph. He was at the game. He was at the game. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
No, yeah,
I didn't know
Ralph,
that.
I find that Ralphie told me that a couple of years ago. I said,
That's crazy.
I looked for you. Didn't see it. I didn't know Ralphie then at all. But it was a 3-3 tie. We fell behind 3-0. Walt Podubny scored a couple of goals, and Boreas Salming tied the game, and it was a 3-3 tie.
Yeah, awesome.
Did you play in the stadium?
I did not. No, I missed it.
No, and you did.
Yeah, I missed it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed all the big ones.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about it.
I never even went.
It was
loud.
it was just ridiculous. I mean, we were in a gondola. The main press box was behind one of the actual goals. It took up the seating area, just above the glass. So if there was a writer up there that you didn't like, firing it off his typewriter, just to see if he was
There's no
awake.
netting.
But we were up in this gondola. We had to go 97 stairs to get to it because there was no escalators, no elevators. And you got there, and it was held by like rods, like metal rods. And when they got that organ going and they got the national anthem going, that thing was like a tuning fork.
I wouldn't know.
You're sitting there looking at the bolts just to make sure nothing's falling out because this thing is going down sooner or later.
I wouldn't like that at all.
Oh, it was a great spot, though.
Why did it work so well with Ralphie? Because Jim is my God, his sense of humor is
very dry,
very like
good.
deadpan,
Oh, yeah.
but
But he's the Bob Uecker of hockey.
Yes,
he really
is.
Yeah. It's very self-effacing. It's always woe is me, and I never got the chance, and all of this stuff, you know. But he does it so well.
But you also have two very
really
distinct
blessed.
voices too.
Yeah.
I think that also kind of helped work for the broadcast.
And he understands what I'm trying to do, so he doesn't jump kind of on to when we do a goal call or whatever. I might get into something stupid like singing Happy Days Are Here Again, but Ralphie lets it go, and then he comes in and he does his stuff. But he has such a great sense of humor, and I've always thought that it was like two guys sitting at the bar at the Unionville Arms, having a couple of pints. One guy's job is to keep the score. The other guy should tell you what the hell just happened, and that's what he does, and he's so good at it. But I've had Harry Neal and Bill Waters and Gord Stellick and Greg Millen, who we lost. We've had a lot of great people that have sat in that chair. John Garrett did a couple of games with me when I was doing TV as well. So.
Cheech was so much fun too.
Oh God, yeah. Oh no, and they all had the same thing. They had a wonderful knowledge of the sport.
Yep.
A great ability to tell exactly what is transpiring in a short amount of time, and a great sense of humor to make it fun and to have fun. It's not every game is a Rembrandt. There's a lot of Picassos.
It certainly is.
Some people paint a Picasso and some paint a barn.
Believe me, you had a lot of those calls. You with me involved. I know that.
No, I didn't.
believe
No,
me.
I didn't. Not a chance.
I was lucky. You and Harry were together.
Yes.
You were doing the Leafs TV when I was there. What's your favorite call of all time? I have my favorite Joe Bowen call. It's a St. Louis dive across the net save, glove save. I've heard it on YouTube. It's you and Harry doing it. It's the funniest thing because I heard it the other day. Someone played it, or for whatever reason, I think we were talking about you retiring. And it was the funniest thing. You do the Holy Mackinac. It's just awesome for me to be a part of it. And then Harry's like, and Raycroft was way out of position there and dove across the net. I'm like, Harry had to get me.
Those guys have to tell the truth. I can lie. They have to tell the truth because it's right there, and they're going to.
I was dying laughing. It went 10 seconds
You
too
wouldn't
long.
have made a spectacular save if you were in position, right? It had just been a normal stop.
Yeah. So that's my favorite call. What's yours?
I don't know. I've got a bunch of them, I guess. I think the Nicky Borishevsky goal in '93, really because we'd gone through 10 years of my tenure with Harold, and there was no chance. He wasn't going to spend the money. We weren't going to acquire players. We weren't going to have as good a coaching group or support staff to make it work. He was more interested in having his picture in the paper and making money, which he did quite well. But when the new management and ownership arrived and Cliff Fletcher arrives, you can see that, you know what, okay, we're trying. Yeah. And from that point on, and you can be upset with the fact that they haven't won since '67, and you can be upset about them not getting past the first round, and you can all of that, but it hasn't been for the lack
of trying.
They've
been trying, yeah.
And,
no
and,
question.
At least
and it hasn't happened, and that's sports.
Yeah.
You know, the Boston Red Sox went 86 years.
Yeah.
The Cubs went 104.
Yeah.
So you know, but that goal seemed to be okay. Here's the springboard. Here's the springboard, and then of course they went 21 games in 42 nights, and except for small high stick. most of us have forgotten. Some of us have forgotten. I haven't forgotten.
You've got the Borshevsky goal for you personally. What are the ones that fans come to talk to you most about? Obviously, the Borshevsky has to be up there.
Yeah.
What are the other ones that come to mind?
We found out that Felix Potvin could fight.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember that.
Ty Domi sitting in the penalty box when he had a visitor.
That's right. In Philly, right?
The Bless You Boys effort in Ottawa when we were so shorthanded, and Alex McGillney is blocking shots. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Alex McGillney? Elmo's out there. I know we were trying to score an empty netter, but Elmo was blocking shots. I said, okay, they all bought in, and that was a very special time too.
The Elmo, you know, it's funny. The one that for me that stands out in a lot of ways, all the wrong reasons for Leafs fans. My dad came to visit. This was 2013 with my nephew, who was about 8 years old at the time. It was Game 7, Toronto and Boston. The horrible ending. As I explained to them as they were coming in, the train, they had booked this trip weeks or months earlier. The train is coming in the middle of Game 7. The train gets delayed. It's the third period, and they're getting out. And I'm like, look, go 2 blocks up the road. Like, this is pre-Jurassic Park and Maple Leaf Square and all the thousands of people. So it's the Wild West. There's probably 20,000 people outside. I pull up, they hop in the car, and now we're speeding back to get to our place, neck of the woods. We're living in College and Dufferin area in the west end of downtown, and just trying, speeding down the Gardner trying to get away. And it's 4-1. And then it's 4-2. But
he's going to bring it up.
No, but I'm not. But Joe, but I say this. The bigger...
You don't think I have feelings anymore.
My whole point with this is, though, when I say this, like, the bigger the moment, the better you got. You were a bright lights commentator. Like, the more intense, you just leveled up. You're like Super Mario getting the mushroom, man. Like,
you're like a player, except you're not playing. I mean, you have that adrenaline and the intensity and everything else that goes. And, you know, the one thing about that game, and I'll never forget this, and they score late, and we go to the intermission between the third period and the overtime. And the fans in Boston did not sit down. And all they played was sing-along stuff, shipping off to Boston and this and
Sweet Caroline.
And Ralphie and I are this close to one another. I couldn't hear him. And I'm going, oh, are we in a lot of trouble here? Because the atmosphere and the intensity, and obviously they were going to get a big-time shot in the arm coming out, and of course they ended up scoring. But yeah, that was a great... They're
memorable for all the wrong reasons as a Leaf fan.
They're painful, but they're very, very memorable.
But the intensity of that final 90 seconds and calling it like, and we're sitting in the car, and, I guess part of it from a family standpoint, there's my dad riding shotgun with me, my nephew in the back, and they're, it's 4-2 now, and it's like, oh my gosh, like, and you were so
the things
good.
that I've tried to do too is that, some broadcasts and the other team scored. And what?
I hate that.
Somebody scored?
Yeah.
What's going on?
It's a goal.
You can't. It's exciting to do the game, and you hope that your team comes out on the right side of it. But I think you owe it to the people who are listening that you are engaged in both sides. Like Rafi says to me, sometimes I don't know which team scored with the way you did it. I said,
I love it.
Yeah, but that's how I do it. I've told my son David, who's trying to do this job too, and I said, You have to. I mean, you can't.
gotta be fun.
No, yeah, enjoy the sport, enjoy the game, and then you hope that at the end of the night, the team that might be paying your salary wins,
yeah.
and you move on. But,
Yes.
My last one, 44 years. Favorite's not the right what I'm looking for because I'm sure there's not one answer. But who would be some Leafs that stand out from over the years
Andrew
for you?
Raycroft.
Thank you.
Oh, there we go.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Joe.
Okay. Oh, that was quick. Yeah.
you kidding
There is
me?
only one. My bad.
That cost us how many years of getting into the playoffs because we gave away that other guy? I mean, really? No, you know what? It's. I don't know. I honestly, I think I've called probably 700 guys that pull the Leaf uniform on.
Yeah.
And I maybe 2 or 3 that I would say I had no time for.
Okay. Yeah.
I will never mention who they are
Sure.
publicly.
No, I'm not asking for
and
that.
I don't want to do that. But I mean, everybody. I mean, you can up and down the lineup, and obviously the big names are
Sure.
they're favorites of yours because they were great on the ice.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of the guys that were plumbers and pluggers that just were just terrific guys.
Yes. Yeah.
And you got to know them as people.
Yeah.
And instead of just the uniform and the uniform number. And just so many of them that, and a lot of them were Ontario kids.
Yeah.
And like Stephen Lorenz and Scotty Lawton, this year made a point making sure they came to saw me early. Can't tell you how much we enjoyed you in the car you're one of the reasons why I fell in love with the sport and
that's awesome.
why I wanted to push on and become. It breaks your heart, but it just makes you feel so good about it.
Yeah.
And they're great people. They're just sometimes we get lost in the fact that there's a crest on the front and a number on the back, and you get too much involved in being critical, as opposed to realizing what great human beings they are, and and how much work they do away from the rink and everything else that a lot of times goes unnoticed. And my son David or Sean had leukemia when he was a year old. He's 35 now, and in fact we were just celebrating yesterday. He's engaged to be married.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
And he was in sick kids. He was a year old. And Mike Foligno and Dougie Gilmore and Wendell Clark and Felix Potvin, Jamie McCowan, but all came up. And I mean, it was great, and I really appreciated it. And I said to them, guys, I mean, as often as you do this, and they do a lot of it, no fanfare, no
Nobody hears
cameras,
about it.
no nothing,
Yeah.
just show up. I said, most of the kids here have no idea who you are. But it's the parents that need the shot in the arm.
Yes.
Sure, yeah.
They're going through absolute hell.
Yeah.
And they know who you are. And they appreciate the little effort that's gone in. And like they came up and visited Sean, and then they stayed for 2 hours and just wandered around the hospital and went in and shook
Awesome.
hands
Said
and
hi.
signed autographs. And again, it's the parents who really need that kind of a jolt, and that's what athletes can do. And it means a lot.
Yeah.
Especially Leafs.
Well,
Especially
it's
these.
a sick kids hospital here. It's the best in the world.
100%.
What I love about you as a broadcaster is you make it fun, and I think it has to be fun, the energy, and I think I love your point about, like, even when the other team scores, like, it's still a goal in hockey.
Yeah.
So,
Some of them are really neat too.
yeah.
You'd like to hit them over the head with a shovel, but they're,
Some of those other guys are pretty good too.
yes, exactly. I wish our team could score that one.
Yeah.
Where did Holy Mackinac? Where did you start to
well,
incorporate it, or when?
Yeah,
when did
I've
it
been
come?
asked this, and it's. I'm actually doing a book. Scotty Morrison and I are writing a book.
Okay,
Nice.
awesome.
The idea too is we're going to have, when we do the Nikki Borashevsky thing or whatever, we'll put a QR code in the book, and you can listen and hear, and then I can back sell it.
Oh,
and
good,
whatever.
yeah.
But my dad was a general surgeon in Sudbury. Delivered 3,000 Sudburyans. 2 mistakes. Paul Remstead, who was a writer for the Toronto Sun, who was completely nuts, and his running mate, a guy named Edward Shack, who was certifiably nuts. But those were the only 2 mistakes. But I would sit, and he was a goalie, and I was a goalie, and so I'm sitting on his lap, and Johnny Bauer was our idol, and still is. And Johnny would make a great save, and my dad would blurt out, "Holy mackerel, what a great save Johnny made."
You got it from your
and
dad.
I never got to ask him where he got it, because he passed away when I was 14.
That's
I
right,
didn't
you
use
said
it in junior or the American Hockey League. about 6 or 7 years into the NHL. We're in the stadium in Chicago, and Felix made a great save. Probably one of those badly out of position, but came across. And I blurted it out. And I probably wouldn't use it again. I looked over, and Bill Waters, who was doing color with me, he'd fallen down off this chair. He was laughing so hard. So I said, well, if I got that reaction out of him,
Yeah.
I'm going to use it again.
That's
So good.
awesome.
What's the plan? Last one for me. What's the plan now? 44 years?
I want
What
to
are
be
you gonna-
involved with you guys.
Okay.
I'm hoping that I can do some stuff with the Leafs, sort of in an ambassadorship, but I want to be involved with the alumni.
Great.
I want to take the microphone out when you clowns
Okay.
are trying to play hockey and pump you up and take the other guys apart or whatever. Just have some fun with that
Great.
and enjoy that. And as I said, I'm going to go to most of the games. The difference will be I'll be about 3 Crown Royal and Diet in before they drop the first puck, and if the game's horseshit, I'm going home early. I get to go home early. Yeah, it's
the best
perfect.
part.
Perfect.
It's the best of both worlds.
Yeah,
so
awesome.
good.
Remind me, what was on the Bowen burger again?
Oh, God, no, they had everything on there. We did about 18 different ones, and all I want is mustard.
Still
There's
remember
we
that
can't have that. You got to put some more toppings on the damn thing.
I love that commercial, though.
I know. So did my bank manager.
Thank you. It's so great to catch up with you again.
Great to see you guys.
And everything you got, man, you deserved every moment of those flowers that you got from
I appreciate
What
that.
Innovation. And all
Yeah,
that.
it was
Thank
a lot
you,
of
Joe.
fun. A lot of fun, and good run and a good ride. And we didn't quite get to the top of the mountain, but we got up a good portion of it anyway, and
Hell of a
enjoyed every
ride.
bit of it. Yep.
Hell of a
Great
journey
ride.
as
Yep,
the
for sure.
soundtrack as
Absolutely.
well.
Congratulations. Awesome.
Absolutely one of the greatest play-by-play announcers you will ever hear, the soundtrack of hockey. Joe Bowen joining us here on the Clearing the Crease podcast, powered by Ozune. Well played.
Gilmore to Bobby Rose. Shot scores! Nikolai Borashevsky has scored for Toronto. The Leafs win. The Leafs win. Dished off on the far side for Bozak. Centering pass scores! Scores! Tyler Bozak!